The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Happy end of January.
That's right, 31st, huh?
Yeah.
So that means February.
Yes.
I had to run through the...
Ooh, good point. We're already here.
Apparently.
Wow.
On the way. So
Yeah.
yeah, one more full day of January. Not like they do half days in months, I guess. So
Unless you're a
we
student.
start over.
I wish we had half days
Half
in real
days?
life. That'd be nice.
Cold start, actually. We started out again. We got down to like 38 in Baton Rouge. Warmed up considerably, already into the low 50s. We're going to keep warming up. It's going to be, as you look at this week, today, probably the best day we got coming.
That's what Steve says.
Yeah,
and
look
then
at that.
our first alert team is watching something. Yep, Wednesday and Thursday. You can see those uptick in rain chances. We're still watching out to see whether it's going to be quote-unquote severe,
Sure.
but still lots to keep our eyes on until we approach that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mark.
Right. He was saying that Tuesday and Wednesday,
Yeah.
maybe a rumble of thunder here and there, but looked like the showers. And then you're right, that Thursday is the day they were really focusing in on. And that's when that front shows up as well.
Yeah.
And so how much of the rain gets cleared out as you go into Friday, you can see about a 20% that they're going to be on it.
That's it.
They'll be following it as it gets closer. But I think the moral of the story, the lesson here, enjoy your Monday.
Yes, and we'll keep you posted on the rest of this hullabaloo.
Oh, hullabaloo.
Yeah.
On a Monday?
I know.
That's actually when it really kind of gets going. Hullabaloo,
Right.
always on a Monday. Actually, on this Monday, got a spot opening back up that can get kind of busy from time to time.
If you have any business to take care of at the OMV, maybe you have a new license plate, a retired license plate, you need to pay off some of those tags and you want to do it in person, you can finally go do it over at the Independence Baton Rouge location because they're reopened.
They had shut down last week, and they've done this before, and actually other OMV locations all over the place have done this before. It was COVID-19 protocols. Shut it down for a quick minute. You could always still go to, right here, expresslane.org. That's why we wanted to show you this. This is what you'd see if you're going there to make an appointment or firm up an appointment or figure out what's going on. You can still do a lot online. But now you get to open the doors and walk in and talk to, face-to-face kind of a thing. The Baton Rouge location of OMV open up again this morning.
And that made an important note because my friend went over the weekend thinking that it's walk-in. You have to make an appointment for anything you need to do.
Right there.
That's all because of COVID.
Yes.
So please, before you go, don't just assume you can get your business taken care of.
Right.
You need to schedule an appointment.
That's where you do it right here. No appointment necessary. The governor was invited. Actually, a bunch of governors invited up to Washington, D.C. They've been there for a number of days. There are winter meetings up in D.C., a whole bunch of governors getting together, including our own John Bell Edwards.
Yes, a busy weekend for him. Kind of kicked off at the tail end of last week,
Right.
participating in Politico's 50 governors. And that was like a virtual interview where everyone got to talk about how different issues impacted their state, right? So a meeting of the minds, crime, COVID, how has everything in natural disasters impacted their state?
True.
Well, that's why they're all coming together to figure out, well, this is what's happening in our state. And he's representing Louisiana, obviously, but the plan, come back to our state tomorrow just in time for the special session.
Right, yeah, exactly. The redistricting, so to speak, the voting district session coming up 20 days with that. Some big conversations happening there in D.C. They actually just met with Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary, yesterday. And go figure, with the new bill that was passed now into law and federal money coming into all these different states for as far as transportation, how long have we been talking about transportation issues down here in Louisiana? So talking with all the governors there and talking with the federal leaders about how do we get this money in quickly, when can we start doling it out, that's just one of the big conversations that they had. And we'll see what they're able to take away, see if there's any kind of true movement on it, get this ball rolling. He should be back today though, right?
That's the goal. We'll see if he has any kind of wrapping press conference to kind of outline what he talked about.
I would imagine, right? Boy, this right here. And it's, Liz just mentioned it. Today's the last day of January. February begins tomorrow, and that means right around the corner, Valentine's Day.
It's for some people, this could be a day that you hate,
Right.
but let's turn it into something good. Everyone can benefit from this. If you, whether you have a Valentine or not, go ahead and take the time to write an extra card. You don't have to decorate it. In fact, they're asking you not to add
Don't be
any
crazy.
things that are edible or glittery, right? Or anything that creates a mess, essentially. But this is such a great cause.
Operation Valentine. We've talked about this before because they've done this before. Find the story online. It's actually a funeral home here in town that actually does this, the Winfield Funeral Home. It's right there on Plank Road, 7200 block of Plank Road. And what they have done in the past, and what they're doing again, is they're not, providing the cards, that kind of thing. They need you to write a little something out, with the instructions that Liz just gave you there, and then drop them off. Last day is Friday.
This Friday.
And then they take care of everything else. They put it on the way. They get them out.
That's it.
To our folks serving right now, or potentially our veterans as well. What a great way to be involved.
Easy way to get involved, and an easy way to show people love who may not have received the thank you that they've deserved.
Right.
So easy way to get involved. Maybe make it a family activity.
Very well, absolutely.
You know?
And so if Valentine's Day is more often Singles Awareness Day, or that kind of thing.
Make this a Hallmark holiday.
Boom, there you go.
Operation Valentine.
They're going on like a dozen years, more than I think 12, 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity to do that. But again, the deadline is this Friday?
Yes, so you got a week.
You
we
do.
told you.
You do. So a week, no, 2 weeks now.
Ooh.
2 weeks now, and your boy's going to be back on the field.
How great of a game was it? Look,
Yeah, it was
I don't
fun.
know the technicalities of everything, but
No.
it was a good game to watch because it was entertaining. Because
crazy.
for a good minute,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the Chiefs. I believed, but I thought it was
It was a whole
the
bunch of
Chiefs.
minutes, man. I mean, that was, the first 3 possessions for the Kansas City Chiefs in the
Yeah.
AFC title game against the Cincinnati Bengals, ended in touchdowns. And it looked like it was going to be a blowout. And then some things turned around. Joey B and the crew got to scoring, and the Bengals defense obviously shut down Patrick Mahomes in the second half. Overtime was needed, and a clutch kick from a rookie kicker again, just like he did in the divisional round, sending them on now to the Super Bowl. So much fun for LSU fans who are just rooting. And there's former Tigers all over the place, including the Chiefs. But I think a lot of fans have really just taken now the Bengals and have adopted them.
Right, and I think you mentioned an important part. There are other Tigers on all teams, which is important to know.
True.
Jamar Chase, also a big deal.
Right.
When you talk about the leading man in charge, the face who obviously got a Heisman Award winner, you get excited. When they're leading him and other Tigers to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's huge.
You mentioned it, Joe B and Jamar.
Yeah.
You've seen this picture, Joe B, on the shoulders? You know what that is? It's Tyler Shelvin.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember when they beat Alabama, when LSU beat Alabama, and guess,
Similar
Joe B
hoisting.
got raised up?
Yeah.
That was Tyler. And so now, the joke is, and it's, is everybody on it's just like LSU North, and everybody is the whole Bengals crew, LSU teammates? There's a few of them there, and it's fun to root for if you're purple and gold. Even, you know what, you got some Saints fans who have adopted just because of how fun it has been with all
And
this.
because the Saints aren't in it.
They're not in it.
Obviously,
They're not in it.
you're going to
True.
pull for somebody who meant a great deal to
Sure.
Louisiana.
Man, what a ride. So they're going to be
Love it.
taking on the Rams because what a win that was. That was another close game, 20-17.
In the last minute and a half, they got real good.
It did.
Good TV, I tell you.
And this ought to be easy for Saints fans. If there were some Saints fans out there thinking maybe they were going to be going for the 49ers, that ain't going to happen now. There ain't a lot of Saints fans who are going to be pulling for the Rams.
No.
So it probably is all on board the Bengals train here.
That's it. We'll see come February 13th.
Right around the corner.
Yep.
So right before that game, this game, and the LSU women's basketball team needed a win. It was a small losing streak, just 2 games in a row that they had lost, but that also equals the total amount they had lost combined the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So could they get it going against Kentucky? It was an interesting game. Hot, slow, hot again, but they got the win.
I think you put it perfectly. Hot, slow, hot.
Yeah, right. It was. That's a good
All
one.
of that. But then in the fourth quarter, they really pulled through and pulled out that win against Kentucky.
Coach Kim was talking about it, about you got to have that heavyweight fight mentality. And in the back, in the back rounds of a match, or in this case, the fourth quarter of a basketball game, you got to be the one swinging and connecting. You don't want to be the one getting knocked out. And LSU came out swinging. It was a 30-point fourth quarter. And Kayla Pointer, that you're seeing right here, 19 of her 28 points scored in that fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter.
She looked. She's
Go
like,
ahead,
right here. See this back?
Right.
Jump on. I'll
Let's
get
do
you where
it.
you want to go.
Love
So it's a
that.
nice win, and kind of gets them back into that groove, so to speak,
Yeah.
as you get now towards the back half of the conference schedule.
And you know what else played a role in that? At least what Coach Kim says. You wrote that this morning. Second largest
We
crowd
think so, yeah, think
of the
so.
season
Yeah.
for a women's basketball
Yeah.
game. That's awesome.
Second largest crowd the women have seen this season, and so when you start packing people in there,
Yeah.
it's that vibe. And look, man, LSU right now is still playing for. They're going to be making the NCAA tournament right now. That's what their record says. But depending on the games they win, depending on the games other people win or don't win, LSU could be playing to host. Right? The first weekend, the first couple games, that's what's at stake.
Yeah.
And Coach Kim is saying, don't you want to be here? Don't you want to be in front of this
forget this
crowd,
feeling.
this environment,
Yeah.
this crowd, this crew? So that's what they're playing for right now. The possibility is right there.
Okay.
Just got to win those games.
Yeah, well, let's do it. We still got more to come.
We do. They got
can't wait.
still a long bit of half season left with the conference. Welcome to WAFB Plus every morning, 9:15 Monday through Friday.
And you have options. It's not just one platform.
No,
Whether you
tons.
have Amazon Fire, Roku TV, tons of options. Also for the type of program you want to see, whether
Right.
it's Asian Nation or Jacques Talk.
Right.
We've got a number of different things we do only here on WAFB Plus because it's fun.
It
We'd like
is.
to make this a little bit lighter for you.
Trying to, and so that's why we're just, this is obviously a bit more off the cuff, so to speak. Not a lot of scripted, just kind of running through some of these
Yeah.
stories. Jacques Talk, you know what that's going to be all, and right now there's a lot going on. Clearly, Asian Nation, as he always does, Johnny A. with the great interview style, stepping you through a little bit of what's going on in our little part of the world. Long form interviews at your own pace on your time.
In the meantime, in our part of the world,
Yeah.
chilly start,
It
but
is. It is.
today's going to be the best day of the week.
I think you're right. So get out and enjoy today. Sometimes it's tough on a Monday because you're coming off the weekend, maybe a bit sluggish and tired.
Yeah,
But this is going to be
I
the day
hear
to
ya.
get out there and be a part of the outdoors, because obviously it's changing as Tuesday shows up.
Force yourself to get that vitamin D. Force yourself.
Yes, ma'am. You're right. Yes, ma'am. We'll see y'all at noon.